see something counting up. Still doing it.
Yeah.
Most likely.
There we go. It's starting to upload. So I'd say
It says
we
connecting.
are live. Oh, hold on. We are. Oh, we got. So interesting. No, we are.
Ah, there we go. I see Andrew.
Yep, we just lost Metal there. I've got. And give it a second here for Metal to come back on. Well, good evening. Good evening. We'll go ahead and get this show started, even though Metal's the man and he should be on here. I'm Andrew with ACR Protect. In case you didn't know who I was, I'm a nobody. We have TinMan-Metal, who says he's in the chat, but he's not back on the camera. We'll get him here in just a second. And to whichever direction he is facing, our special guest of the evening, Mr. Gen X Gemini. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming on. We've got quite a few folks in the chat here. We've got Sister Krista. Good evening. We've got Randall's Little Adventures. We've got Grit and Grace. We've got Robert Ham. We've got Metal in the chat, who hopefully gets. I don't know how he's not on here when he just got his internet fixed the other day. Not sure.
I still blame my internet.
Your internet's so bad it's messing his up, right?
Could be.
All right, gang. In the chat, are you able to hear us okay? Give me a 10-4, 5x5, something. I'll wet my whistle here. Cheers to Metal and Gen X Gemini for joining us. Let's get in on this. Oh, there we go. That's a beautiful sound. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh my gosh. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Metal. I am drinking a I don't even know why I put it in a koozie because I'm almost fucking done with it. Tripping Animals. This is IPA, not 8.9%. This was delicious. It was in a 4-pack. It was like $12. It was kind of pricey. I don't know how much it is normally. That's the discounted price. That's a little steep, but yeah. So we're going to give Metal just a second here to hop back in, hopefully. Maybe if he's able to get back in. We'll just
technology, man.
Right. We'll just do the awkward silence for a while. Just stare.
Okay.
Stare at everybody. All right. While we give him a chance to hop in there. There we go. So Gen X Gemini, again, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
No, like it's super awesome. It's always great getting folks that are in the chat and that have their channels to come hop on and talk a little bit about themselves and bring up a topic here. Oh, Twin Arrow Survival. Good evening. We have Justin. Good evening. Three Legs Limps with a Cane. Good evening. Thanks for popping in. Oh, if you like beer, then you're at the right place. That's for sure. So Metal says he's on his way back in. I don't know. He had to go get a couple. He had to go get a couple more hamsters. Get that wheel going. Get that internet running again. So let's start with just a couple questions. So what made you? How long have you had a channel? And tell us a little bit about like your channel. What's kind of the theme behind it? Some of your content that you do. Up and he's back. I think.
Hey.
Maybe. Fingers crossed. There he is.
Hey, I got you both and your movie.
Brand new modem, brand new stuff, all tested before I came in here. I've been working on it all day, and then I go.
Just we were just talking. You had to change out the hamsters. That's what you forgot to do.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually did change out the hamsters, and I upgraded to gerbils because I get more revolutions per minute with gerbils. Richard Gere told me all
as long as Richard Gere doesn't get.
I was going there.
Great
Sam Adams Summer Ale.
Sam Adams Summer Ale.
I'm catching up from the chat.
Yes.
Leftovers.
Skull.
Cheers again. Well, so we're doing things. We're going to Tarantino some stuff here. So we have TinMan-Metal, the host with the most, actually, who puts all this together, who has an amazing wife that goes and picks up modems like same day delivery, like
drives
FedEx
for 2 hours. It was
FedEx
like
ain't got
UPS Red.
shit. FedEx ain't got shit on Metal's wife going out and getting shit and fucking delivering it the same day. Like, that is legit badassery.
Yeah. And it still didn't fix it.
And still, all things Shell. Welcome. Good evening. We got a full house in
Welcome,
here
folks.
tonight.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
So, I kind of while you were coming in, I kind of led some questions. I got some lead questions here for Gen X to kind of talk a little bit about his channel, kind of give everyone an introduction to what Gen X is about. And for those of you that have not gone and subbed to Gen X Gemini, you need to stop living under rocks, get out of the caves, go check out his channel. His content is fun. It's awesome. There's a lot of knowledge there. Go check it out. Mr. Gen X, the floor is yours, sir.
It is yours, sir.
Good content and knowledge. You talking about my channel? Let's see. I started it. Well, 2 drinks ain't gonna do nothing.
That's right.
I started the YouTube thing, I think probably about 3 years ago, and I wanted to get, do like the whole bushcrafting and survival and all that kind of shit. But whereas I'm no expert in anything, and I wasn't gaining any traction, I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to put up whatever I'm doing. People follow me, people don't. I really don't care anymore. And since I got to that point, I've actually gained a lot of subs, and especially since you guys probably know Mac. He brought me into this community, and I've made a lot of friends online in this community, and that's been making the subs go up, which is cool. So, what was part 2 of the question? Daddy hasn't drunk enough.
That's right. That's right. No, that's right. So I think that I would say, my friend, everybody that I have talked to that has a channel has gone through that same roller coaster.
That was going to happen.
Oh, the cat.
Cat came in, knocked
the cat. Yes, she did.
Thanks,
Katniss. Appreciate that.
Where you come in like strong. You have this message of what you want to do and like this mission, and then because I talk about it all the time. I do fucking hours of editing to get less than 100 views on a damn video, and then you put stuff out there and it's just stagnant and it's frustrating, and then you make those different connections. Like, I know for a fact that I have had growth from my channel, not just from bigger channels, but even, channels that are, comparable to mine, smaller than mine, or slightly larger, like Twin Arrow Survival. Going on those channels and being in those chats when they do those lives, there's a lot of different connections there. You mentioned Max, same thing. He has a tremendous following, and then you just get in there and people, because I do my homework. I'm a creeper. You do the chat creeper and you start investigating folks and seeing what their channel is, not just to be a creeper, but to just see, hey, this might be something I'm interested in. And
I've learned a lot from just hanging in those chats.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here.
Yeah, everybody watching, I can't see chat, so Hi to everybody that said hi.
I'll let you know if they
And-
start talking shit about you.
And good evening, Dragon Slayer Larry.
It's all
to
good with
see you,
me.
brother.
Oh, Dragon Slayer, you did make it in. Good evening. Try to catch up on everyone here. So
Three Legs Limps with a Cane said Mac sent him over. I actually just
Awesome.
subscribed to Mac. I had heard about Mac, never got to check out the channel. Jim and I told
Good
me
deal.
about his channel, and I jumped in there last night, subscribed, and started watching some of his videos. And I'm like, I totally connected with him. I'm like, yes,
Yep.
I totally connected with his stuff. So
Mac's freaking awesome.
yeah. So Grace threw a great comment out here. Grit and Grace, again, another great channel.
That's my
As awesome
neighbor.
as awesome as she is, I think Meryl takes the show though. She, but these smaller channels, like, and it's not even knocking bigger channels, but the smaller channels are true. You know, like it's one of those. I think there's a lot of good stuff to come from channels. Now, that being said, however, there's also a lot of garbage out there. And sometimes you got to go through some stuff. You know, I guarantee there's people that think my shit is garbage too. I don't care. I'm kind of like you. I just, you know, we were just talking right before this live. I was like, you know, I got to climb and then I lost 2 subs, and it's like, you know, it's a roller coaster. It's going to go up and down. And if you sit there and focus on the subs all the time, you're just going to make yourself crazy. Like, it's just do your thing.
And it's one of those things where we look at each other's videos and stuff, and you're like, how does he only have like 400 subs? How does this guy only have 1,700 subs? Like, he has great videos.
Yeah.
How does this specific video only have like 20 views? This is awesome. Like, what the is wrong with people?
Right. And that's where I think sharing content, which this is one thing that pisses me off with YouTube. If I take a video of either one of you gentlemen and I share it to my channel, it doesn't give a notification for posts. And that's stupid. I think it should, because sometimes that's what I'm looking for. Like, and I know, like, and again, I'm going to pick on Grit and Grace for a minute. She does a lot of posts that are awesome. And the only way you see them is you have to literally go to the channel. There's not a little red dot icon saying, oh, hey, I just posted something. There's nothing. And so for those of you that are listening, watching now in the replay crew, for the channels that you enjoy, take the time to just go into those channels and see what's what.
Look all through them.
What's that?
Look all through them.
Yeah. Scroll through.
There's
See
posts,
what
there's shorts, there's all kinds of stuff there to partake in. So do it.
Yeah.
Partake.
Partake.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're
My
good,
mind
man.
goes places.
This is your show. This is an hour, hour or so where we get together, bring someone on, have some great conversation, some cocktails, make new friends. And I don't know. I know you were drinking just a beer there, Metal, but I saw out of the corner of my eye, I thought you had picked up a bottle of whiskey and just started chugging for a second. I was like,
I always got it on
escalated
hand.
quickly.
I always keep a bunch of chance handy, but no, I got my Sam Adams Summer Ale.
That's a good one. I actually have one in the fridge next to me, but I'm kind of in a IPA mood tonight.
Voodoo Ranger over here in the little fridge, but
Oh yeah,
and I got a Dom Toretto chilling in the fridge out there. So
outstanding.
for those that don't know, I call Coronas Dom Torettos because family.
And I was drinking those this last weekend, just ice cold Coronas with lime and Ralph's beer salt. Go on Amazon and go get Ralph's beer salt. If you don't know what that is, you're not living your best life. Ralph's beer salt. Yeah, it's good stuff. So, Metal, I know
can't help but think about Cheech and Chong. Ralph.
So, Metal, I know
He's not here, man.
Oh, lawfully armed. Good evening, sir. Thank you for popping in. DJ the Metalhead
Lawfully.
Mercenary.
DJ, that
Awesome.
rainbow was for you,
Awesome.
sir.
So, Metal, I know you had some questions specifically for Gen X here. I'll let you roll with those. Start firing them off.
So Who is Gen X Gemini? What got you into doing the preparedness survival type stuff that you do? I saw your little video about when you were going out and cleaning up your little man cave camp thing there and cleaning out the fire pit and stuff and found the hinge. Like that was cool as shit. Like what's your history? What got you into all that stuff?
Well, probably like most people, it happened in 1984. Certain movie called Red Dawn. That got me into the survival aspect of it. The things out in the woods, fire starting, hunting, all that good stuff. And then once I became a legal adult, around 18 or so, I started looking at the world around me and all the BS going on. And so that's when I actually started doing the preparing part of it. And I had at the time, which I call hell. We got paid every 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks I would go to this gun store that was near there and buy a little bit of ammo for each pew pew, right? And then after a while, I started stocking up food and everything too. And my best buddy, obviously the same mindset, so that means he's whacked too. But we used to go out and practice all this stuff, and we had our own stores and all this crap stocked up out there in his parents' property they had that was way from where they live. And we used to do a little bit of training and, all that kind of thing. And then I kind of slacked off for a long time because life happens. And in 2020, it kind of opened my eyes to everything that I had suspected before was true. So time to kick it in gear again. And here we are.
Awesome. There's a lot of folks that jumped back into it in 20. They might have fallen off, but then they jumped back into preparedness in 20. I've been full bore. I've talked about it in the past. I've been full bore since before. Oh, we lost him. We lost him. He'll be back. He knows his way.
Mm-hmm. Give him a second. So we may have found the one person that may have more internet challenges than Metal. And we were Gen X and I were talking before Metal hopped on in the studio before we went live, and where he's at in Indiana, he's kind of in a valley, and
in a pocket.
Yeah, so it's good times, right? That's
there's trade-offs. You live a certain way and it's beautiful, and then you live a certain way and technology is not beautiful.
Yeah.
I live in the place where it should be beautiful.
Right. We'll give him a second here to pop in. It was kind of a spur of the moment grab getting him. And again, I'm gonna talk about him while he's not here. He is very engaging in all the chats. Whenever he goes into lives for other channels, he's active. He's talking. He's engaging in the chat. He's having fun. And then you go to his channel, and he's just a good dude. He's got great content. His stuff is hilarious. He's got so many funny videos, and it's great when, because you have the serious content and then you have the stuff where it's just, I needed that,
like I watched Randall paint his dad's K-bar. I was like, that's awesome. I love that. Then I was watching some of Gemini's videos, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty fucking awesome too. It's like, he's just chill. He's laid back. It's super, super great dude.
Yeah. Let's see if he's able to. I might need to message him here in a minute.
I did.
Okay, you beat me to it.
I told him he can just rejoin.
Yeah.
I'll hold it open for as long as he needs.
Yeah. Yep. Works for me. So I'm kind of a lucky devil. I'm allegedly on vacation right now. You wouldn't know because this fucking bat phone won't shut the fuck up. People blowing me up. Like, so there he is.
He's coming back. There he is.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Do we need
technology?
Do we need to send you some of those gerbils?
Perhaps. I got a rat right Good start.
There he is. Whoop, now he's gone. No, he's back. No, he's gone.
I'm
Maybe.
in and out.
There you are.
There you go. You need
Yeah.
you need go ahead and get some aluminum foil, wrap it over the antennas.
I have to
Wrap
take
the
the one
cat's
off my head.
tail.
Take off the foil helmet. It's messing
Take
with
off
the
the
signal.
tinfoil. Take off the tinfoil hat and mask like I do, and wrap it around the cat's tail if they're going to be up close to your phone.
But both
I don't
Grace
know if you can see one back here.
and DJ like allegedly in Waymint for vacation. Yeah, that's a
That's a
fact.
vacation. I'm actually off now too. Took a few days off, so. But I'm
Awesome.
doing more work now.
Yeah, we
for,
weren't supposed to
work.
be, but yeah, I'm actually getting paid to do this because I had to burn vacation days because we shut down this week.
Oh,
Nice.
I guess that's one way to get monetized, right?
there you go.
Right? Yeah.
There you go. That's like a reverse monetization or something. That sounds like some Harry Potter business right
That
there.
sounds like me. Reverse monetization. I pay for all this shit.
Do they send you annual pine cones to shove up your ass?
They send me anal pine cones to send up my ass.
Yeah, you know,
Sideways.
that's right. They don't want the ones that can be brittle and go away. No, let's make them out of hardened fucking polymer. I was like, here you go.
Yep.
Pedals up or pedals down,
Do something here.
bitch.
Shit. But now we were just saying while you were off there taking a break, took a pause for the cause. We were just saying how, we love your channel because you're just so chill and so just like relaxed in your videos, and some of the stuff's quite funny, and it's, we were just saying it's like, it's one of those I needed that kind of videos.
Yeah, humor is a mechanism for me. I used to deal with all kinds of shit.
I think it is for a lot of folks. Now, I had a question for you, sir. Were you ever in the service?
I was not.
But the reason I ask is because your humor is dark, like those of us that were in the service.
He's adopted our style of humor.
It's
there you go.
Yeah, no, it's good, and it's one of those, and that kind of leads me into another thing. There's so much knowledge to be taken. Like some people pigeonhole themselves on information. They're like, oh, I'm only going to listen to this Navy SEAL or something like that. Like there's so much good information from folks that are just outdoorsy. Like you don't have to be a Green Beret or even in the service for that matter. Just outdoorsy or just personal experiences go a long way.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, like it's frustrating when you see, oh, you didn't do this. Yeah, but the folks that hunt all the time have a lot of working knowledge, or that fish all the time, or I'm not sure if Twin's still in here, that homestead all the time. Like there's so much knowledge out there.
Perfect example. One of the guys that has one of the biggest channels on here, never in the military, Wrangler Star.
Yeah.
Professional homeowner.
Right.
I don't know that one.
He's got a big channel. He's okay. Like I don't even know if I'm sub to him, but I'll watch some of his stuff on occasion. He's all right. He's fairly down to earth. I should probably go back and sub to him.
He kind of reminds me of like our age, like the older brother.
Yeah.
That got to spend time with grandpa and all them doing the cool shit.
Right.
And meanwhile, you were in there, Nintendo. I'm gonna
Hell, I'd
make Sonic
probably
run
be the older
faster.
brother for both of you, wouldn't I?
Technically, but
I don't. You're not that much older than me, are you?
52.
I would have never guessed that.
Over
That's what
half
I
a
said.
century.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
I do try to take care of myself, so. he says as he's smoking a cigarette.
But no, dude, like, so seriously, like you do, that's another thing that we have in common, like that fitness journey. The older you get, man, it is so much harder to stay fit, and you get after it. You've got you've got your weights, and you use a Bowflex, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
right there.
Mainly,
That's
what's
awesome.
up, brother?
Oh, mainly off grid. Good evening. there's another great channel right there. You need to check that one out.
I've seen that name around, but I haven't checked out the channel yet.
Oh yeah, great channel. Great channel.
Yeah. We all met on a couple lives a couple weeks ago. It was a good time. Great. And again, there we go. Just people surfing and connecting and getting all this great content from all these channels. It's awesome. But no, like your fitness journey, sir, it's one of those, like, the older we get, it's so much harder, because none of us are professional athletes or actors where, like, oh, hey, I'm going to go be like Brad Pitt and work out 6 hours a day. I don't have that kind of time. I
actually did Henry Cavill's workout routine for when he was going to play the first Superman. And what he did for Justice League. I did that a few years ago, and I got swole pretty quick, but then I stopped because of Charlie One-Niner shutting down our gym. And I didn't go back, but I'm the type, if I don't keep at it, I shrink, like immediately start shrinking.
Yeah.
So when I get back into the actual gym and not just my home gym, I'm going back to that freaking Justice League Fit shit. That was awesome.
Yeah. The another popular one, kind of throwing another date way back there. The folks that trained for the 300 had a pretty they had a pretty intense workout. I don't know if Big Bearded Warrior's in here. I recently got some of those weighted ropes.
Oh,
that shit. I do that in between my boxing reps, and I walk and I'm like, I can't I can't
I'm
do
a T-Rex, everybody. I can't touch my back and Timmer.
I just it's but no, like your shorts, like with your fitness and stuff like that, they're inspirational. And I think anybody that's putting themselves out there and doing that, like, fuck the haters, because you always got some asshat that's like, oh, you're not doing that right. All right, bitch, with fucking 1 sub, go eat a bowl of dicks. I don't really care about your opinion. Like, you want to sit there and fucking read me the riot act. You go ahead and fucking flip over that bar stool and have a seat for 4, motherfucker. Like, I don't have time. I don't.
I'll tell you, got my fitness restarted really as TMT. I've been kicking around, getting going again. And I think I just started watching him and listening to him and stuff. And he was doing the treadmill walk and talk thing there, getting in shape while he's on the live stream and stuff. I was like, that is cool. That's it. I'm hitting the Bowflex.
Yeah.
So shout out to TMT.
Yeah.
TMT has been on a journey for a while too, and I'm not
on fire too.
Yeah, I'm not.
You, TMT, and Jackson, Big Bearded Warrior, the 3 of you guys, and along with this gentleman right here. I mean, you guys are like awesome. You guys are like going after it and getting it, and I'm like, as I can. Whereas you guys are like, I'm doing this.
Old Mainly Off Grid had a quick question here. As we talk about fitness and I show off my beer, this is it's called
this beer inside me.
Yeah. Tripping Animals. And of course, y'all know I'm a sucker for the artwork. This one's out of Florida. It's a Imperial Hazy coming in at 8.9. It's delicious. You should check it out. I got it in a 4-pack in the clearance section. A 4-pack in the clearance section, it was still $12.
Yeah.
But no, thank you, Metal. I appreciate that. Like, it's one of those, like you said, you even kind of owned up to it yourself. It's one of those you get into it and things go, and then all of a sudden life happens and it stops. And then, like, because it's so hard to take the weight off and put the muscle on. And then the minute you stop, you just fucking balloon up or whatever, or shrink down.
I shrink.
Right. But TMT has been, I mean, yeah, like the walk and talk lives. And he did a live last night where he was out doing some work in his field. And literally, like, I'm sitting there watching and I'm like at chill mode. Oh, Glory made it in. Good evening.
Glory.
And he's out there hacking away with a machete, trying to get rid of weeds in his corn. And I'm like, I need to stop being a piece of shit. And I like literally had to exit his live so I could go do a bunch of weed eating and fucking yard work.
Because they're whipping himself with the cat of 9 tails for penance.
Right. And I was like, God damn it, I need to be better and I got out, and it was great because I mean, it was, though it was hot. I mean, it's Texas, it's hot all the goddamn time. But like last night, I got so much more done just with. Plus, I got it. All right, I got a new 40-volt electric weed eater with the batteries. It runs the same battery as my mower. That shit is legit. I'm out there just fucking murdering shit, just whoa, fucking just mowing shit down.
I went and I have the Craftsman weed eater, and I have a Craftsman blower, and I have a Craftsman mower with a Honda motor on it. Love it.
Okay. Yeah.
They came with like the little 1.5 amp hour batteries, and they typically die after you like blow a little bit of grass or something, or get about halfway around your house.
Yeah.
I went and I bought 6 amp hour batteries, aftermarkets. They actually juiced up my weed eater. Now I'm taking out small trees and everything else with it. It's like, whoa, dude, this is awesome. Hang on, here we go.
Oh, you want some?
That's right. Yeah, I'm out there looking like fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the thing over my head. Oh shit! But it's one of those, just getting out there and motivating, and just like a Big Bearded Warrior is another good one. If you read his posts or watch any of his little shorts, and you don't get motivated to get your ass up and do something, man, just go have another Dorito, because you're not fucking.
He's another one too that makes a lot of posts too.
Yes.
So if you follow him on here,
Hell yeah, I want cheesy poops.
Man, I want cheesy poops. Man, Kate's being a dodo.
I know a certain kitty that's sleeping with mommy tonight.
What? What? I want to go to Cassie. You didn't need to.
Oh, shit.
You guys. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Kai. Kai is mommy's a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. You guys.
Here you guys. I'm already home.
That's right. Oh goodness! I'm trying to see if I missed anybody in the chat.
Justin, Robert, didn't catch you guys earlier. Sister Krista did not catch you earlier. Howdy, everybody. Something that we were talking about last evening when we were doing sound check is a lot of times, and we've talked about here. We talked about it here, both on our independent channels and stuff like that too. The whole get home bag thing. We all have the get home bag stuff, right? But what we started talking about last night was the get home plan.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to take the floor with that, Gemini, and talk to us about get home plans?
Well, I mean, I got my stuff down because, hell, I've lived in the same area for 52 years. You can drop me anywhere, and I guarantee I can find my way home within a 100-mile radius of this place. And I don't really go any further than that. But, my thought was, of course, your first thing is you want your car to get home. And it's been discussed on other channels and everything, of course, about having your alternate routes. And this one's blocked or that one ABC and all that. But I'm looking at like worst case scenario, getting home on foot. So that's kind of what I wanted to see what everybody else thought about.
Well, for me, and going off what you said there, you drop you anywhere in your radius and you're golden. And that's something people need to realize is dropping into your own AO. You should know your way around backwards, forwards, upside down, in and out. For me, the get home on foot, I got about a 13, 14 mile trek from work to get home.
Same.
Now, if I go about an hour outside of where I live, if I go to visit my brother or I go to visit our oldest daughter, go to visit some friends, like he'll tune in here sometimes, Covert Breakout, he'll tune in here occasionally. If I go to see him or my nephew or something, I got an hour. Either way I go, I have mountains to contend with. Because I'm up on top of the mountain.
Yep, definitely don't have that here.
And I got the mountains to deal with. So my hour driving is going to be like a 2-day to get home in that aspect. So at that point, if I'm like just tootling back and forth to work, my EDC stuff and my sling bag, my truck EDC stuff is what would get me home. But if I'm going that extra,
same here.
I'm going that extra and I'm going to be 2 days versus a few hours to get home, then I have to plus everything up. So I have contingencies, if I need to plus up for an hour, Well, that's going to be about 2 days worth of walking. So I should probably have a rifle at that point. I should probably have a backpack with food and everything else. So stuff does need to get plussed up. So you have to look at your radius, how far you're going, and what kind of terrain you're looking at.
Mhm. For me, at my work, like I said, it's close to home, and I know this area inside and out. But I also have an advantage. There's a major river nearby, and it's really only a mile from my house, so I can get to it and just follow it downstream. And even if it was like a contested environment, I can stay away from the riverbank, but keep a visual on it and get my butt home.
Yeah, and then there's Andrew over there who's got to contend with Houston.
My shit sucks. So, like both of y'all were saying, like if you worst case scenario it, my worst case scenario, like my furthest client from me, 50 miles, 50 miles, maybe 53. But I, it's one of those. The other part of that, if your vehicle still works and the roads are fine, and you say, "Fucking, I'm leaving my vehicle and walking," you're an idiot. Don't be an idiot. But take that shit as far as you can go. And then, I know we've talked about it on other lives. I fuel up every single day. So that's part of my routine when I get home. And it's like, oh, you just put in like $12 worth of gas. I was like, yeah, because I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And if I always have a full tank of gas, I can go out and around. It may take me 5 hours to go far enough out and around, make some fucked up triangle to get back home or something. But if I can do that and remain in my vehicle, because at that point in time, man, it's a tank. You've got a tank as opposed to walking. I don't care what kind of vehicle it is. But if you have to walk, what's that furthest point and what's that look like? And then going into, I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to go into Houston. I will walk further to make sure that I may be in Houston proper, but I'm not going into town. That's not happening. Like I'm bypassing that shit for sure.
Mainly brings up a good point with you. You're going to have a cooler behind you full of triple IPAs.
And a couple packets of mayo.
That I can sit there and crush thinking, fuck this. This is
mayo. I love you, mayo.
It puts the mayo on the skin or it gets the hose again.
Welcome
There's
to
your motivation when you're out there in the garage working out, man. Just have some, packets of mayo hanging up and think, that motherfucker always fucking that shit.
Sit there. It's kind of like blood packets on the punching bag and stuff. It's mayo. I'm sitting there just fucking going to town, fucking knocking mayo out. Like, oh my God.
Best foods. Hellman's best food. Hellman's best foods.
We had TMT join us and Cajun Viking. Good evening.
TMT.
We were just talking about you, TMT.
We were talking about you. All good, of course. All good. Lawfully was here.
To that gentleman and to this one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we everyone. See, you started it already, Gen X. You got TMT talking about Miracle Whip. I don't care if it's Miracle Whip, mayonnaise. It can all go eat a bowl of dicks. I don't care.
I had something for the first time tonight for dinner. Something I've never eaten in my life. I had it tonight.
A bowl of
bag
dicks?
of dicks. No, I actually had asparagus for the very first time ever.
Did you like it?
That'll be fun later.
I did. I ate it. It was good. I'd eat it again.
We lost.
We lost them.
So I will tell you right now, when you're a kid, like there's not a whole lot of kids that like vegetables. They're all pretty picky about vegetables. I remember when I was a youngster, my mom made me eat asparagus, and it was horrible. The smell, the taste, the texture, all that stuff. And then
she did it on the Blackstone and did like olive oil, salt, pepper, nature's seasoning and stuff. And like, It was actually pretty good. It was like a broccoli stock green bean to me.
Okay. I mean, so I make it. I'll do it on the grill too. I'll usually wrap it in foil and put some bacon or lemon pepper with olive oil. My
Okay.
wife prefers it that way. I'm not a fan of asparagus. I also don't like cauliflower. And cauliflower needs to stay the fuck out of some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
like pizza.
Right. So yeah, someone tried to offer me cauliflower crust pizza, and I about lost my fucking mind.
I told you guys he'd
He's
return.
back. Yes.
Yeah.
There he is.
I'm like herpes, man. You can't get rid of me.
Good.
Dude, we got
Good.
TMT talking about creamed asparagus. I'll cream some asparagus for you.
Now, here's a question. Not trying to start YouTube War 3 or anything here.
YouTube.
But pineapple on pizza. Yay or nay? Jim and I go first.
Yeah. I'll do it. Hell yeah. I eat anything on pizza, including anchovies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love pineapple on pizza. I think it's great. How about you?
And I think you're both fucking communists. That's the most un-American thing there is. Pineapple on pizza. Who? Oh, knife handed. No.
So now I'm un-American
I'm
because
indifferent.
pineapple and mayo.
I'm indifferent. No pineapple with me. I mean, I'm indifferent on it. But there are those people that get. They need this stuff. They need this stuff because it bothers them that bad that people eat pineapple on pizza. And I just say, get your butt cheeks tight. Get them tight today.
I think so. There's two different combinations. I think like the traditional Hawaiian, whether you do the pineapple with the Canadian bacon or pineapple Canadian bacon and regular bacon, and then if you add jalapeno, so you got the sweet with the heat, or pineapple and black olive is fucking delicious.
That's what they called him in high school, was sweet heat.
Hey girl, hey. Oh my god, that is
he is pretty cute.
That's right. You got a pretty mouth, boy. Yeah, no, it does. Like there's some people that get really worked up over my oldest son gets so mad about pineapple on pizza. I was like, bitch, you used to eat that. You just got mad because you watched a fucking meme. That's no.
Memes telling you how to live.
There's not a lot of food I don't like.
Yeah, I'm indifferent on it. I've tried it. I wasn't like the biggest fan. I was like, okay, yeah, it's all right. I'm not going to order it on my pie, but the wife and the youngest, they like it. So good for them. I'll order it for them, whatever. I might have a bite here or there, but I'm not like, I'm a pepperoni and mushroom purist. I like that. And I like the meat extravaganza with extra cheese and all that shit. That's my jam.
Or Supreme, like just a standard Supreme.
I don't do the Supreme.
No, okay.
I don't do the Supreme. The peppers and onions and all that stuff, I just don't get into it.
That's right.
Acid and all the peppers and the onions will kill me. I'll be laying there puking my guts out.
No, you and your sensitive ass deserve it then. That's right.
Get them tight, Andrew.
That's right.
Get them tight. Got your powder.
Dude,
I'll tell you what. If you were using powder up here in the last couple of days, it's paste. You're making biscuits. Is all you're doing.
Making pancake batter.
Making freaking biscuits in your freaking dros.
Mainly over here has jokes. No beer for a month and asparagus covered in mayo. Gen X, I don't know how you have not. You've been off grid talking with Mainly, having conspiracy conversations.
Shell gets it. Shell gets it. That's the pizza she likes too. It's like what I like.
That's it's not so because I saw DJ the Metalhead Mercenary throw something in there. So let's talk. If we're gonna talk pizza, that way we can make everyone hungry for no reason. What is the style that people like? Because you got the Chicago style, you got the New York style. What is everyone's take on pizza? Gen X, you go first.
Pizza? Shoot,
Okay.
I'll eat it with anything, everything or nothing. Doesn't matter to me.
Metal.
I've never had like Chicago style or New York, so couldn't tell you.
I will take any type of pizza. The same. The thin crust is like a cracker. I love that stuff. It's a great like appetizer kind of thing, like flatbread or something like that. Love French bread pizzas. We're actually going to make those tomorrow night or Friday night. No, tomorrow night.
That's good stuff.
It is.
I like the New York style. The big slices you got to fold in half to be able to eat, and the grease dripping off of them. Like, oh yeah, that's right close to the heart here. But like even
Literally.
the Sicilian, it's just literally heart attack.
Yeah, right.
Pepperoni, death.
That's
But the Sicilian, the thick crust, the Chicago style deep dish stuff that doesn't even look like it's actually pizza. It looks more like lasagna with a crust. I like it all. It's all like there's no bad style to me.
so I that's one thing where we all agree, right? Because like it's one of those like it's pizza, like it's going to be good. So I'm going to take this because so you know where that line is. I'm gonna leap over that. I'm not going to cross. I'm going to leap over it. Pizza is a lot like sex. It's all good. It's just some of it's just more memorable than another. It's
Different
true.
flavors.
Like right. But no, it's just like, oh, do you want some pizza? Fuck yeah, I want some pizza. Do you want to have sex? Fuck yeah, I want to have sex.
You want to get a pizza and have sex? No. What? You don't like pizza?
And then what?
Wait a
What?
minute.
Wait a minute. It's
Except you can always get pizza.
I never had a pizza turn me down.
that's right. Never. Not never. Never. Fucking never.
Fucking never.
Oh my god. So we had a couple different people throw some stuff in here. We got Grace, Grit and Grace was talking about a Chicago style and cast iron. Pretty sure I'm either going to eat it or rub it on my genitals. That sounds amazing. Yes. Homemade style pizza is great. The French bread, I think that one's very underrated. Like if you go to the store and buy that big ass and just cut it in half, and it's the ultimate crust. That's probably
yes.
And I'm going to give you another trick of the trade here. With a little salute to my dad here. First homemade pizza I had with my dad. All right, now you're thinking, oh, they made the dough. No, you know what he did? All right, we're going to bring it in. English muffins. Take an English muffin, cut it in half, and it's fucking airy and it crisps up. And that, like, I'm a fucking child. I will buy the store out of fucking English muffins and make fucking mini pizzas. They're amazing.
Dude, those and bagels, doing the bagel pizzas, like the bagel.
What?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. And then you can take the bagels and you can wait. Never mind. Don't listen to me. You can. All of a sudden you're talking rainbow parties and all this other stuff. Never mind. That's a Friday Night Live conversation.
There's a difference between a bagel and a bagel.
That's right. We have gotten off topic.
So coming back onto topic now. One of your videos, Gemini, you had a Leatherman that you broke out, which just so happens to be the same Leatherman IEDC, the Leatherman Surge.
Yeah.
Love that thing. I've had mine for almost 20 years now. Everyday rides on my hip. Your holster for it wore out. So what'd you do?
I wanted to go with something Kydex, like I said in that video, try to be a little more modern for once because all my shit's so old, so am I. But I want to go Kydex because that's how I want to go with my EDC. And I just went on eBay and shopped around and found it, and that's it right there. And I absolutely love it. And the bonus to that was I didn't realize it at the time, but when it came in the mail, I found out this is made in America by U.S. veterans. I was like, fuck yeah, double score.
Hell yeah. Yep, my holster, the leather original one, is finally wearing out. So I'm going to be looking at getting a new holster for it, new sheath. And I saw that Kydex one and I'm like, okay, I got to check that out. The only thing I wanted to ask you and ask live on the show is, does it have a storage in the Kydex holster for your extra bits for your saw and your file and stuff?
No, it does not.
Okay. Then I'll have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Come up with something. I mean, hell, you got these retention screws. You could probably, do some sort of add-on, but that's all it is. How well you can see it.
Mac's in the house. Well, Gen X was talking about you, Mac.
Good evening,
Mac. A lot of tip.
Hey, Mac.
Tip out there. Welcome, sir. We had some other people join us since the chat there. Let's see who else I think Glory.
Just
good
subscribed
evening.
to you last night, Mac.
Yeah,
Gemini sent me there, and I love it. I definitely connected with your content, man.
Metal's been living under a rock. Didn't know about Mac's channel.
I've heard of Mac. I've heard Twin talk about him. You talk about him and stuff. But I'm like, okay, well, who is this? And I'm looking. I'm like, who are they talking about? Who are they talking about? And then he said about last night, and I was like, okay. And I went through some of Gemini stuff, and I found him, and I'm like, okay, subscribe.
Yep.
Cool.
You were talking.
Mac is the man.
Mac is the man. You were talking about coming out of the Stone Age there, Gen X, about with the Kydex and stuff. And as much as I love leather, and this is Andrew, not Johnny Death talking.
His ball gag is now a squeaky toy.
That's right. That's right. The thing about Kydex is when you're talking like the different sheaths and stuff like that, whether it's a knife sheath or holster or something like that, the retention, how it snaps in and it stays, and it if you take it out, like sometimes with the leather ones, they kind of sometimes lose some of their form. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Kydex. And so, little tip of the hat to you, sir, for finding something veteran owned, American made, that works. And you can go on to where did you find them, on Etsy or something?
eBay.
Found
on eBay. Yeah.
Yep. Etsy's another one. You can go on Etsy and find, man, people make all kinds of stuff on Etsy. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of eBay. I had a very bad experience on eBay years ago. eBay charged me $600 and some odd more than what I was selling my item for to be able to sell it on eBay once.
That's not bullshit.
So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. So if
I used to sell a lot of penny ante stuff on there.
Used to sell what now?
Just little penny ante stuff, mostly related to my work, the empty cases for digital calipers or micrometers, things like that I don't need because I got a very expensive toolbox. All that stuff lives in, and obviously somebody out there needed it.
No. So let me ask you this, Gen X. What does the future hold for your channel? Is there a certain direction you're wanting to go with? Is there a certain type of content? And I say that hoping you don't change, but I was just wondering if you got anything coming up that's that you're really excited about doing. Because again, I like everything you do. Your shorts, when you go out to your camp, dude, I'm envious of that camp. That camp is the best, man. Whenever you're out there, I was like,
it's so simple, but so cool. You got the little skeleton heads and shit. I'm like, I want that.
The whole time I'm like, I hope the Blair Witch doesn't get him.
Well, I actually thought of something today when I was outside tinkering around. Something else I'm going to do down there at that little campsite, and I will put that on YouTube. I think it'd be pretty cool. But as far as any real direction for my channel, I'm just, like I said, I changed my channel description even. It's just, I'm just going to put stuff up. People like it. Cool. They don't. All right. Whatever.
That's the best way to be. I literally was talking about that. My video today, I got out, like I said, I'm on this alleged vacation. I got up, ass crack of dawn. I got to the lake right at sunrise, like right at sunrise, and I was offloading. And my intent was to be on the water for the sunrise and get.
You're supposed to be in a kayak on the water, not intense.
Right. I was out there, I was paddling. It was kind of like literally like a kayak chat. And it's one of those, like, the cool thing about our channels is our channels are ours. And you got so many folks like Gen X and Metal and DJ the Head Metalhead Mercenary and Randall's Little Adventures, where I don't want anyone to change. Like, you've got all kinds of different content, and it's one of those, I'm like a spaz, right? I'm sitting here talking about beer 1 minute, kayaking the next, doing gun stuff the next. Yeah. Fucking beating up mayonnaise packets another one. Like, it's
pizza,
getting all fucking
mayo on pizza.
Mayo on pizza. Lives don't matter. That's
I think I just saw a new video.
Oh God. That one you did, that short you did with the fucking mayo, that was funny as shit. That was so
bicep curls.
Yes.
Mayo.
Yeah, I thought of you just yesterday, Andrew. I was in Wallet World there, and that big display of Mayo Miracle Whip was still set up.
That's only because I haven't gone in there and raged out yet. I'm going to go to the sporting goods section and get a fucking baseball bat and tune that shit up. That's
clean up on aisle. I don't care.
People like, what's your name? Gen X Gemini. Come find me, bitches. And I'm fucking leaving. That's Oh, we got TMT talking about mayo and Spam sandwiches. Like, Spam I can tolerate. I don't necessarily like, but I can't do mayo. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you, man.
That's fair.
I'm not a mayo fan. I don't eat it, or Miracle Whip or any of that. I don't do condiments. I've said that before. But I'm not a hater. I just don't do it. It's not for me.
Oh, I'm a fucking hater.
My man over here, he absolutely hates it. Like LaCroix.
I keep trying LaCroix. My wife loves LaCroix, and I keep thinking, I was like, this is gonna be good. Like, oh, it's coconut. I fucking love coconut.
The coconut one's booty, dude.
Yes, it is. They're all
The limoncello is awesome. The blackberry's awesome. The mandarin's awesome. Love those.
I'd rather drink toilet water. Oh God. Yeah, Chris is right.
I remember being on a chat a few years ago with Risky Krisky, and he reaches over and he grabs something and he cracks a can, and everybody thought he was drinking a beer, and he pulls up a LaCroix. I'm like, no way, dude. That's what I'm drinking too.
It's the seltzer, like what's weird, like, but see, I like tonic, like a vodka tonic with lime. Oh, what? That, yeah. Especially with good vodka, that is great. But just, I don't know, like, it just.
No. What?
That's not on my end.
Wait a minute. But no, it's something I want to bring us back in, dial us back in here.
Squirrel.
Gemini had a video where he was doing some impromptu Molly type panels, and he put one up in the S10 and had, which I love the S10, but he put it up there and had his first aid kit set up on that and was like doing 4 panels across the back. What was that pan? It was like a dish mat or something like that. Like what?
Yeah, it's just a big mat. Yeah, well, that video I had with my other S10, where I took those rear seats out and put actual Molly panels in there and hung up, my ratchet straps and all the other good stuff in those little cubbies. And then, those things are pretty expensive. And my wife was working at the Family Dollar, and she brought a couple of those home actually for the sink. And she knows me well enough that she knew I would think Molly panel looking at that. And so I did. I went and bought a whole stack of them. They're still just hanging out in the garage waiting on me to do other projects with them. And I do have another one planned for the S10 that you were just talking about. And, they're going to be all the way across there, and it's going to be a hell of a lot better than what I was initially trying to do. So I don't know. I just thought, cheap and easy and effective. Work with what you got.
Right. And I know we lost him again.
We lost him.
He'll be back.
Right.
I know there's some contention out there about Molly and PALS. It's PALS webbing and PALS system and Molly. The civilian vernacular has become Molly. So Alice had her daughter named Molly. I guess.
You stop getting hung up in
and
the
they're
details.
pals.
Yeah, then they're pals. It's because there are so many people that get hung. I'm like, there's so many people that get hung up in that. Like I'll call it Molly, and they'll be like, it's PALS webbing. I'm like, it's the same fucking thing. It's, you know what it is? It's 1-inch webbing. Go fuck off. Like
it's webbing.
It's grown man basket weaving. Shut the fuck up. Like whatever.
Right.
It's yeah. I switched beers, sir. Did you switch beers yet?
I did not crack another one.
You should. We're doing a little Sierra Nevada hazy little thing, IPA. Like I need it.
I'm doing a metal canteen water.
So we got Justin talking about
I was out in the sun today. If y'all can't tell.
Yeah, that's a nice farmer's tan.
Oh yeah, I had the sleeveless on and was out there with my
like I can talk
cap.
Like,
yeah, you're down to here. At least I'm up to here.
It's like you can visually see it. It's Justin's talking about BLTs because we're gonna so Metal keeps trying to rein us back in, and I'm like
trying to wrangle the cats and like nail the jello to the wall and everything. And it's a squirrel.
BLT.
I'm gonna call Magnus down here.
That's right. BLT. The bread's got to be toasted. No mayo. Has to be mustard. Fresh, thick cut bacon. And when it comes to the tomatoes, you got to use Roma tomatoes and avocado.
Let's see that bitch sticker on your finger there. What's the design?
Hold on. Can you get a good look at it? It's right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what I think it's. I don't know. I got a blister. I got a bobo, and yes, no, I didn't get it from interrogating the witness. You know how I got how the blister originally started. This is so terrible. I was spraying for weeds, and I had like the old school, like the trigger sprayer, and I got tired of doing it with my trigger finger, so I switched to my middle finger, and it fucking blistered. That tells you two things. One, I had a shit ton of weeds I was spraying, and yeah, two, a damn blister. And
right,
I'm sorry, I didn't have a camouflage Band-Aid, but if modern frontiersman's out here, he would appreciate this. The fact that it's not camo. We don't have to camo everything. So
right.
It's just a regular bandage. Sorry.
My wife ended up getting a cut on one of her fingers, and her Band-Aid came off, and I gave her one of mine out of my little kit I keep on my EDC pouch. And yeah, I got like 500 Band-Aids in that thing. It's insane how many Band-Aids I have in that thing. But the kids are always getting scraped or something and coming to me for a Band-Aid. So I got these ones that have like the little like emojis on them and stuff like that. Like the old T9, like the flip phone style emojis on them. And I walked over to her with a pink one that had a winky face on it. She's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Love it. All right, you can rein us back in.
I got a pack of Band-Aids that's got the little poop emoji on it.
Nice.
Yes.
I saved my cool ones, like the Avengers ones and the Hulk ones and, all those. I saved those. Those are mine.
Did you have underoos when you were little?
I did. I had GI Joe and Transformers and Go.
What do you think I'm wearing right now? Like,
why wouldn't you be?
it's My Little Pony, but whatever. Haters. That's,
You got Rainbow Dash on the dangle.
like they make fucking fun underwear in my fat ass size. Come on,
I got a Pinkie Pie for you.
It's black. It's slimming. Like the one area I don't want it to be slimming. It's
have a little flap in the back. Little sign that says entrance only.
It clashes with my one tattoo that says exit only. Right up.
In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
No,
what are we doing here, Andrew? What are we doing?
The proctologist was all thrown off. He's like, wait, what? Like,
wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, that Molly panel, it
see how he did that?
It was different in the fact
segue.
Of it was. I'm just straight up freaking murking it, okay? But like the Molly panel, there was like odd sections, like some smaller ones and some larger ones. So what I thought was cool about that was the fact that sometimes in regular Molly webbing, everything or Powell's webbing or whatever vernacular you're using for the day, they're exact even, whereas these they were offset, which was kind of cool because sometimes you can't just get it to fit right in the uniform.
Yeah.
And zip ties, they do a hell of a lot for us.
Oh
yes, gotta have zip ties.
Gen X, I know you don't have, Gen X, I know you don't have the chat up right now, but TMT threw out a hell of a compliment there, one that we were talking about earlier. And basically just reiterating, everyone loves how you're so active in the chats, man. You're in everybody's chats and talking and engaging, and it's just awesome. So yeah, everyone completely agrees with you, TMT. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
Even though he occasionally gets off base and starts talking about fucking mayonnaise, but whatever. We'll let him.
All that.
And all that.
Mayonnaise and such.
Mayonnaise and such. So
yeah, in there in the live chats when I'm at work and stuff. And it reminds me there's a world outside of those fucking walls.
Yeah.
So I know you had mentioned it on one of your videos the other day. Again, please pass along a happy birthday to Mrs. Gen X. That's awesome.
Yes, please do.
But I mean,
I did. She said thank you.
So I mean, it is kind of fucked up that you got a gift on her birthday, but whatever. The generator, of course, that's a gift for everybody because when you don't have power, that generator is the bomb. And so looking forward to what comes from that, because I'm telling you, like that's something Randall's Little Adventures recently did a video on just checking your generators and running them. And I'm happy you have one because it's one of those, it's kind of like insurance, right? Like you get to this realm where it's like, I want a generator because I don't want to be back in the fucking Stone Age, but I also don't want to spend 10 grand on a Generac, right? A whole house generator that I might use every once in a while. And
generator commitment.
Right. So something like that, again, being able to charge up your phones, being able to run a fan, some other different things. So I'm excited for you, man. I'm looking forward to a video on that, sir.
There's actually a video on that dropping tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Stella just kicked in the door. I'm trying to see if she's going to join me.
I don't know where my cat went.
Kind of like Harry jumping in, trying to take over and wanting to go for a ride yesterday, right?
So Stella was inside and I was unloading the kayak and stuff like that. And so, and he's pretty good off leash. Like he follows instructions. And so I'm taking the kayak out of the back of the truck, and I usually keep like the seats and stuff on the inside. And I opened up the back door of the truck, And he just jumps right in and gets in the driver's seat and looks at me like, "Are we gonna go?" I'm like, "No, no. You can sit there all you want, but I don't know why it's hot as fuck in this car." But yeah.
And what's crazy is Gem and I were doing the sound check last night, and he was saying about the cat like reaching up underneath the door and trying to get in. And I always have that problem over here with the cats. Like you guys have seen Tacticat on the back of the chair and climbing all over me, and Peach the fat orange cat coming in and everything else. Well, I have the door open tonight,
And he's
I have
not
yet to
coming
have
in.
a visitor. None
Oh.
of the girls have come in.
Interesting.
Like
None of my critters have
when
been
I
clawing out
close
the door. It's surprising.
The cats when they do it reminds me of Hungry Hippos. If you have the door closed and they're sitting trying to. They're a
the
hoot.
door going like this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's like you see those videos of the guy, his wife's getting ready to get in the shower, and he's like, okay, and he goes out, and his cell phone comes sliding underneath the door, and boom, holds it up against the door.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, we are coming up on about an hour and
Just over an
15
hour.
minutes. Do we want to roll till 7:30? What do y'all want to do?
I'm game for whatever you guys are.
You guys let me
I'm
know.
good. Yeah.
So then it's second
Sounds good.
round of beer time.
Excellent.
I'd have to go out to the garage to get another one.
We'll wait.
We'll wait. I'll talk about some other stuff in the meantime, so you can take an intermission to go grab another Miller.
If you insist.
We do.
This one's on me.
All right.
This one's on me.
I'll be back.
So there's a lot of weird, kind of crazy stuff going on right now here in the U.S., especially up north of me in New York. Kind of got ahead of that a little bit on episode 58. So anybody tunes into the Spotify, take a listen to that. I kind of did a deep dive into both of those dudes, both Zoran Mamdani running for New York City mayor and his rise. And I talk about it in the podcast. But then I also talk about another dude that hasn't been covered nearly as much by the name of Mahmoud Khalil. I cover him too because they are intertwined. You'll listen and you'll see what's going on here, and there's a lot of ties from the Zoran or whatever.
Not Zohan.
No, this dude is a boosh. But between him and the Kenyan Barack Hussein, there's a lot of ties between those cats too. So yeah, you might want to listen to 58.
It's good. I've started it. I haven't finished it yet, but it's good.
It's pertinent.
Pertinent.
Not pertinent, but pertinent.
That's right. It's wait a minute. It's pertinent.
Right. Wait a minute. It's pertinent.
The pertinent.
And here's a PSA for folks. If you normally chew snuff and you also use Zyn pouches or On pouches or something, little clue in. Upper deck these kind of pouches. Don't put them down below. You will be left wanting. Upper deck them.
Interesting.
PSA.
I'm going to go upper decker my neighbor later on.
I believe it. And he's back.
I had to take a second and say hi to my buddy Dapper, you know.
Oh, hell yeah. So if y'all haven't noticed Gen X's shirt there, Stoke from Stokermatic, another badass channel.
Hell yeah.
If you haven't gone and checked that one out, good dude, lots of knowledge. He's kind of part of that group with Grunt Proof and Brent 0331 and a lot of cool cats there, sharing knowledge, spitting knowledge, and pretty down to earth.
See, I always got more value out of their types of channels, between their channels and like Andrew from Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft and channels like that. I got more value out of that stuff than I did like the overproduced stuff with, dirty people and guys in lab coats and pit vipers that can't keep their penises out of females. When they had that shooter the other night in Idaho, they should have just unleashed GT. He would have either caught the guy and taken him out, or he'd have had his way with him.
Right.
Either way, Mike Jones is hungry.
That's right.
He has an appetite.
And that kind of ties in with my live from last Friday night. Just about what you were talking about just now. There's a lot of weird shit happening everywhere. Like what kind of douchebag starts a fire and then waits for first responders and then just goes and starts shooting motherfuckers up? Like you're a dick. There's a special place in hell for you for doing that. Like that's fucked. And because the first responders are doing exactly what they're supposed to do, to go out there and help. And that's always kind of been the fear, right? When it comes to terrorism, whether it's domestic or foreign or whatever, you have a situation, you get all the first responders to go there, and then you have a bigger situation.
Exactly. Yeah. There was on the Sean Ryan show, episodes with Sarah Adams. She was talking about, and for those that don't know, she's a CIA targeter, has a code name and everything. They call her Super Bad. I mean, she's really good at her job. She was talking how they have plans of doing that kind of stuff here again, like they did back in the whole 9/11 thing. But instead of that one big hoorah, they're going to do a bunch of different hoorahs. And one of their tactics that they have used overseas, and I'm sure DJ can weigh in too, possibly even Robert, is they'll do an attack, then wait for first responders to show up, and people amass to helping evac and so on and so forth. And they set up triage and all that kind of stuff. Then they have a second wave attack to take them out. That they're talking about doing that kind of stuff. So her talking about that a few months ago, and me looking at the time and temperature and everything and saying about that in the podcast here a couple months ago, simultaneously to Sarah Adams saying it. And then here is a pudwhacker doing it. It's like, my crystal ball is still in the shop, so I'm just saying.
Got to get it lubed up, huh? You're starting to sound like that Hacktua girl.
No, it's.
I thought he was going to spit out his beer.
No spit take here, buddy.
Yeah, I said pudwhacker glory. I said pudwhacker.
That's a word that hasn't been used in quite some time.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back.
Yes. So Gen X, let's get your 2 cents worth on just generalized current events. Anything you're feeling, anything that you think might happen, what are your thoughts as far as just preparing for that bullshit, essentially?
I kind of think what's the biggest thing that's coming is economic collapse. I feel like that's just going to be a shitstorm. We're going to be like Venezuela. Oh, hell, did I lose you guys again?
No, you're still there.
We're here. We're listening to you.
It's all froze up on my end again.
We're just listening to you.
Yeah, I just think it, the dollar's losing its value, and we all know when you go to the store, you ain't buying what you did just a year ago. I think that's the toilet that we're going down, is economic collapse. I don't know what you guys think.
So, well, you want me to go metal or you want to go? So, I think that's part of it. I think that but I think there's going to be something before that. And just kind of like what Metal's talking about, I think the small unit tactics combined, like mass casualty, terrorism, combined with the attacks on grids, whether it be the sweat stuff that the Metal talks about,
Sweat MC,
sweat MC, the power grids, internet, water, sewer, whatever, but doing those in collection. And I kind of talked about it on one of my lives a little while back. If there are, and I did just rough numbers here, if we have 1,000 terrorists in the country right now, right, and you take that gives you 10 cities, and you put 100 operatives in 10 cities, and then you take 10 groups of 10, and kind of like what TMT was saying, 10 we just lost Gen X there. You take 10 groups of 10 of folks that are ready to go get their 72 virgins or whatever. And that's that. Maybe I'm fucking pigeonholing myself, because it could be Mexican cartels, it could be whatever, right? It doesn't fucking matter, because maybe they're all partnering up because they fucking hate us to begin with. But you take those 10 groups of 10 and you do something like that, and I just say Houston because I live here, right? 10 groups of 10 throughout all of Houston is going to be a shit show. It's because one of them is going to pop off, and you're going to have, because that's the way our system works, right? We're going to send all of our resources to that one, and then 9 more. Yeah. Going left. Holy shit. There's some stuff happening to the right. And so that it's all the more reason for, like TMT said, for you to carry, for you to be carrying all the time. And maybe it's not conducive for you to carry your rifle and all that other stuff. Maybe you keep that in your car or whatever, but there's no reason you shouldn't have your sidearm and a couple extra mags on you. Maybe they're on your person, maybe they're in your bag or whatnot. And I'm not saying anyone to be a hero or any of that shit, but to be able to get you and your family out if you happen to be where some shit pops off. It's that's what I think. I think the combination of that would be devastating, because it would be devastating to morale. Everyone would feel insecure, because if you're doing that shit, like, because when I say Houston, I'm talking all the suburbs and stuff. So it's all the stuff around there. And so that stuff happening in small towns and at churches and strip malls and in neighborhoods or whatever, like that's terrible. Like when you can't feel safe at your home, I mean, that's and then oh, by the way, there's no power and there's no water, or the water source is compromised, or there's
no communication.
Yeah, cell phones are out, all
there's
that other
access.
shit. Yeah, so it's that's what I think. And I don't want it. I want to preface that. I don't want it to happen. And so any little 3-letter agency that's out there doing what they're supposed to do and not fucking trying to come invade my rights, go focus on that shit and do what you're supposed to.
Exactly. I just put up my Sons of Liberty flag again for the 4th of July. I'm flying that proudly out there in front of the house. I used to fly the black flag, the all black flag upside down, and Sons of Liberty. But I took down the black flag, I retired it, and back to just flying the Sons of Liberty, because that's where we're at. And excuse me, in all honesty, that's where we're at again. We're all meeting like this in our own, not to coin, Radio Contra and NC Scout and the boys, but we're all meeting in our own virtual Green Dragon taverns here. We're talking about this stuff. We all, in our own way, no matter who's on here, you all have these feelings. Everybody's got a certain way of feeling about certain things, and we all know what's true. Something is going to happen, whether it is sponsored domestically by the little G, or it is carried out by a foreign actor being sponsored by the little g, or it's just a foreign actor doing what those idiots do. Something is brewing to happen. Like the little bubbles are forming and it's starting to foam up and the pot's about to boil over in some way, shape, or form. And if you pay attention to the different things that are going on, everything, have you noticed every single thing that happens gets right to the edge of the pot and boiling over, and then it stops and it disappears from the news cycle. What happened to the riots? What happened to all the protests? There's supposed to be like more protests here on the 4th. Good luck. But everything, literally everything, the Trump Musk feud, it's all that you see, and then it disappears.
Yeah.
And then it's Gaza, it's all Ukraine, it's all this, it's all that, and then it disappears. The last flavor was Israel versus Iran. Now that disappeared. Now they're going back after Gaza allegedly. And there's other stuff going on. But what's going on behind the scenes? Look at this. Look at this. Only at this.
Yep.
Don't look at this sneaking up here to really, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to prepare.
Over here. Let's go over here.
Exactly. I'm trying to personally prepare for what I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's honestly, that's what got me into the preparedness thing and got me back into training and kept me going and doing training to the point that I started teaching classes and offering courses. That's what got me into doing that stuff, is because you don't know. It is the unknown. If somebody says, I'm preparing for a natural disaster, I'm preparing for the Klingons to invade, if I'm preparing for death by snoo because giant Amazonians from the planet whatever are coming to have their way with us, whatever.
There's worse ways to go.
Chinese paratroopers, Red Dawn, economic collapse, governmental collapse, whatever. You're preparing for the unknown no matter what, because you don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. So
Right.
we're always preparing for the unknown.
So I think it's one of those, I think everybody's right. I mean, it's one of those, somebody's, you know, and Randall threw a comment out there, like, just, it's going to be something. And I don't know if Big Bearded Warrior's in here. He was talking about it on one of his videos. You know, Uncle Sam's been messing with the weather machines a lot lately. Like, it's
for real.
And you hit the nail on the head. It's what is the latest attention grabber, and that attention grabber is meant to get everyone riled up and hyper focused on some shit, and you know, just so that, you know, we can't see that Congress is giving themselves another fucking raise or some other bullshit, right? Some other crap. We're like, oh, I want you to focus on this and not so much this.
And they take in this one big beautiful bill. It's a great bill. It's the best bill. Everybody loves the bill. I rub the bill on my taint every night. I love it. It's a great bill.
That's what I do.
I know.
That's right.
That's why I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, like, now they're throwing the O in the front to make it one big beautiful bill.
Right.
But they took out the Short Act. They took out the hearing protection, you know, the suppressors and SBRs and all that kind of stuff. They took all that out of it, but you get $0 tax stamps. Yay! You took
pardon you.
like the actually only good thing that most people were like supporting it for.
Yeah.
Out. What the fuck? I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. We're taking that out and we're going to put it on $0 tax stamp. Okay, all right. Save $200 whenever you buy a suppressor or register an SBR or register a SBS or something. Okay, cool. But they said it's because that can't be a part of a reconciliation bill. I stand to argue that it is exactly part of a reconciliation bill, as they need to reconcile with we the people on that matter. It is more part of a reconciliation with we the people bill to add that in.
Yep.
I'm Metal 01, and I approve this message. Hoorah.
You're right though. I mean, it's all it's all tying in. It's all distractions. It's all smoke and mirrors, whatever you want to call it. We only know what they want us to know. Like that's a fact. Like if you haven't figured that out right now, then wake up, McFly,
Right
wake
on.
up. You know, like come on. Like how do you not know?
Drop your socks, pack your socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple takeaways at least from me. If it's never too late to start something. Like you can start some preps, you can start getting some food, some water, getting some extra ammo, getting some extra medical, just start doing something. If you have a place where if you're able to carry in your state, I'm just going to put it that way, whatever that means in your state, you should. If you're not carrying, then you need to find the gun that you will carry when you go out and do shit. And don't get so hung up in the details about what it is. Just carry and be prepared. Have some shit in your car. Have some extra supplies. Start now. Start tonight. End this live when we get out of here. Wait till we get out of here, but then go to the store and go get a few extra things. Go check your get home bag. Go check your stuff.
And TMT brings up a great point that I was actually going to talk about anyway. And Grit and Grace in the clutch right there. Bow! Look at my neighbor go with our buddy on here in this space who's one of us in the guild who actually sells this stuff. Prepared C.
Yep.
Support a brother. Support one of our own. No need to go out there and go to the interwebs and find somebody when we know somebody.
Right. And it's all reasonably priced. Like he's not pricing himself out of the market. Like he's got to make some money. And let's face it, medical stuff can kind of be expensive. Like, I mean, it's going to be some sticker shock, but I will say, having been on his websites, they are fair prices. And trust
Absolutely.
me, you can spend a lot more, but spend a little more and get it with somebody that'll throw a YouTube video on how to use the shit, or even better, go take one of his classes.
Yeah.
Support him even more.
And that's the thing. Like I have my background. Andrew has his. Gemini has his. We had some kind of training to some degree. Probably different, but some training to some degree whenever we were in the military. Gemini didn't have that. Anything he has, he got on his own merit. Right?
Yeah, that's even like working on cars and shit. Nobody taught me. Poverty taught me. I had to learn how to do shit. There you go.
It's a huge lesson that I've learned from one of the brothers out there. Our boy Twin has learned, and you guys all know this because you all watch his lives the same as we do. Twin has learned how to become comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Yes, he has.
And my hat's off to him.
Yeah.
I love that dude dearly. He has become comfortable in the uncomfortable. And when it comes to training, if you can help yourself out ahead of time, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Twin's got so much positive energy, man. I like that.
Yeah. Robert Ham threw out a great comment here saying he's tired of hearing guys say the buy once, cry once phrase. And I know exactly what he means, because a lot of the folks that are saying that probably had their shit given to them. Like, oh, hey, and I'm not even going to throw out. Yeah. Well, yeah, it wasn't expensive because you didn't have to. Someone gave you that fucking $800 pack. You didn't have to buy it, but I think there's a blend. Like it's a you've got to find that balance, right, of quality and price point. And again, if you have some money set aside, we're like, okay, maybe it's medical, maybe it's a firearm or something like that, and it's like, hey, you know, I know I want to get this. Let me wait till it's at a better price or something like that. But kind of know what you want, and it circles back to the research and stuff like that. You know, it's there's a lot of good stuff out there, and it doesn't have to be the top of the line. But you also don't want to get something that sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Rest
like
in peace, Anderson Manufacturing.
What's that?
Rest in peace, Anderson Manufacturing.
Who bought them out?
I don't know. I haven't seen yet.
Sorry,
Yeah,
charging my bat phone here.
And kind of like what you were saying about, you know, the whole buy once, cry once thing. And if you don't know, coming from a Minuteman-esque kind of guy, my nephew, I love him dearly. I love Raven dearly. He has restless gun syndrome. I have another friend that has restless gun syndrome. I'm like, knock it off, guys. You got something that works great. Why are you getting rid of it to get something you don't know you don't have any dope on? I want to really upgrade my scope that's on my SIG from a 2 to 6 to a 1 to 10. But I'm not going to do that until I can just, like, right now get everything zeroed and done. It's not one of those things I'm going to buy it and let it sit in a box until then. No, I'm going to use those funds otherwise to help myself out in other things. Don't just go and buy the newest, coolest thing that you have a concept of just because it's the newest, coolest thing.
Yep.
Right? Stick with what you got.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I was thinking about getting a pistol for this and a pistol for that. I'm like, no. In his case, he's got a G43 and he's got a 19. He was thinking about getting a Smith & Wesson or thinking about getting an M17. I was like, dude, you're already in the Glock family. Stick with the Glock. Get a 19X or a G45. Keep in the same family.
Yep.
You have a combat pistol. You have a secondary pistol that could be a combat pistol if you need, which is your EDC. And then you got your little tiny subcompact for whenever you're out running or going hiking or something like that. You have all your bases covered already, homie. You don't need to go buy an X Legion. You don't need to go buy a 2011. You don't need to go buy a Staccato just because somebody did a video on it. Roll with what you got. If you got a high point, train your ass off with that high point. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of them, but train your ass off with it.
They work.
If you have a freaking Smith & Wesson, if you have a CPX2 or a 1 or a 3 or a Sky, or I guess they went out of business too.
Sky did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was sad to see that.
Yeah, they were actually a good gun.
I actually have 2 of them, and I've never had I have no complaints.
The trigger pull, yeah, everyone. It's just it's spongy and long, but you know what? Like, so same as the Taurus. Like, it's one of the so.
But if you have one of those, train with it, get used to it, know the ins and outs of it, right?
Yeah.
Get some extra parts around and stuff for it to keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Like Gen X was talking, he said about his S10. He's had that for how many years?
The one I've had for just over 20 years now.
Damn. That's awesome. What year did they stop making those? Is it the same year they made the Colorado? Is that when they stopped the S10?
Pretty much. I believe it was 03 they quit making S10s.
Because I have a Colorado.
Actually, I think they still make them in like Brazil or something.
They probably do. S10. So I had a Ranger when I was a kid, a long time ago. I have a Colorado now, and I like it. Yeah.
I've had a couple Rangers. I wanted an S10 really bad. When I got a Ranger, I wanted an S10. Then I ended up, when I wanted an S10, I got a Ranger. But now I have a Silverado, and I'm happy in my Silverado. I get like 22 mile a gallon in my 5.3. Yeah, eat it.
Yeah. We had a couple other
That's
people
pretty good.
join us. I don't know. Mad Shad made it in. Good evening.
Welcome.
oh.
Welcome.
What's up, Mad
Yeah.
Chad?
Let's see. I saw
Bobby B. What's up, brother?
Bobby B. Yes, I knew I was missing somebody. I was talking with him in the chat there.
I know his name's Bobby Bama, but like I'm a huge Transformers fan, and Bernie Mac there. Just call me Bobby B, baby.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby.
Right?
That's
what I see. That's what I think of when I see Bobby Bama. It's like Bobby B, Uncle Bobby B, baby.
The pistol stuff. Like I bust my own chops about it, but we lost him again. I bust my own chops about it, but like when I like the EDC videos that I do, when I do them, it's kind of like it's a boring fest because what I have works. Like I carry a Glock 19 every single day. It's on me right now. Now I have upgraded. I put a light on there. It took me a while to find a light that I liked. And then I was like, now when I get my holster, let me go ahead and get Teresa. Good evening. Thank you for
welcome,
popping
Teresa.
In. I was like, let me go ahead and get a holster that'll also work for an optics cut, because what I think I'm going to do is probably buy another 19 MOS and then do because like I could cut the slide. I could do that, but like by the time you find somebody that you trust to do that, I can probably just buy a 19 for a little bit more, and then I just have another 19. Because like, can you have too many Glock 19s? I think not.
How many bottle openers do you need?
1 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
you might need to open a bottle in the bathroom. Might need to open one in the family room. Might need
right.
to open one in the cave.
Right. So
I mean, for crying out loud, I left my nice Seahawks one upstairs, so I'm using this to open my Sam's. Welcome back.
So I don't know if you caught that. Max saying we need to have Mad Shad join us on one of these.
Oh.
I think we need to have Mac and Mad Shad join us on one of these. So
love to have either of those gentlemen on.
Yeah, email myself or TinMan-Metal. We both of our.
My email is right in my channel description. Email me, tinman.tactical.apparel@gmail.com, and we'll get stuff worked out and get you into the calendar.
Yep. We'll make it happen. Yeah, Matt. I'm assuming that Mad Shad's. I think you're East Coast time, aren't you, sir? So it is creeping up, and don't feel bad because I'm tired too. I've been up pretty early, and I've been doing kayaking and yard work and everything else today.
I'm with you, Mad. I'm with you, Mad Shad. I'm also like I'm one of those 0400 guys.
Yep. Robert's talking about the Taurus again. There's another gun that I think.
The time I go to bed.
Right.
Yeah,
he's the night owl. Yeah. Robert Ham's talking about the Taurus, and I know like there are some folks that really hate on those. At one point in time, their quality control sucked, and never with their revolvers. Their revolvers have always been on point. But I have a G2C that is fantastic. The fact the Taurus TX22, fantastic 22.
That's a great target pistol.
Yes, there are so many
competitions all over the world.
So it's one of those. You go train with it. Like I just like with the high point or whatever. Just make sure that it shoots and run the different types of ammo. Like you don't want to find out in a gunfight that the ammo that you picked up doesn't fucking run through your gun. Like don't be an idiot. Don't do that. Go check that shit. Find what works for you. Like I said, I have been running Glocks for a long decades, folks, like
same
decades. And they just work. And I like it because it's easy for me to find things for it. Like I don't, I was at a gun range here about a month or so, not even a month, maybe about a month. And my boss wanted to get a staccato. I'm like, why? Like, I mean, he's like, the one he was looking at was like $5,000. $5,000. If you're looking for your first gun, Don't buy a Staccato. I'm telling you right now. I don't care how much money you have. Go buy a Glock, a shit ton of ammo, a AR, a shotgun, and a bunch of ammo and training is what you get. And then when you get good at all that and you have all this money that you don't know what to do with, donate to the three of us, and then go get your Staccato. But it's ridiculous. And I'm not knocking on Staccato. It's a fucking beautiful gun. But I mean, is that really what's going to make you? Like, because guess what? When you get shot with somebody with a fucking high point and they take your Staccato, what happens then?
I have a pact. I do have a pact with my buddies. If I do get taken out by a high point, they're going to lie and tell everybody I got fucked to death in a gay brothel.
Just so you know, he said that on a live. That's all of a sudden Johnny Depp sounds tame. Like, oh gosh.
Just and again, taken out by a high point.
There are a lot of good guns out there, and
me by a CZ.
What I'm getting at is sometimes people have more money than sense, and it's one of those, like, you don't have to have the top of the line to be successful. You can get what you can afford, you know, and maybe do that research. Maybe it's like, okay, I could get this Taurus at this price, but I could also go buy a LE trade-in Glock for like $50 more or something. Like, I'm just
and
throwing
it comes
out
with night sights already.
Right. So just be smart about your purchases, especially if you're new, because you'll get wrapped up into the small details with someone sitting there trying to sell you on something that you maybe don't necessarily need.
So here's a perfect example. Gemini, what is your EDC?
It's a little Polk government model 380.
His is a G19 and mine is a CPX2 Sky. Completely different. Why do I carry the CPX2 Sky? Because it's a pistol that my wife and I both bought at the same time when we had absolutely nothing, and it has sentimental value.
Yeah. And it works, and you train with it. And I really wish they were giving those away like hotcakes like 2 years ago.
Like, she got hers for $215 and I paid $235 for mine when they were new.
In fact, not too long, they were doing a deal with Crimson Trace where they had the Crimson Trace red dots on them for less than $300.
Yeah, it was
for a gun with a red dot.
Yeah.
There's
so you have 3 different pistols here. 3 different everyday pistols here. Doesn't matter. Train with that thing.
Yeah.
How many times have you ran into something with that 380 and you're like, okay, but then you figure it out and you're like, oh, cool, I know exactly what this likes. I know what it doesn't like, right?
Oh, yes. Yep. Yeah, you mentioned earlier about what kind of, or maybe it was Andrew, what kind of ammo to run through your EDC and whatnot. Well, I found out a long time ago that little Colt does not like hollow points. They like to jam. And I even polished up a loading ramp and everything else, and it just only wants to run hardball.
Yep. That's how my Sky is. It does not like hollow points unless it's the first one in the chamber.
Yeah.
Interesting, but you wouldn't know that if you didn't go practice with it. You know, like that's
exactly.
That's just it. Like,
been many rounds ran through that thing.
Yeah. And it's
back when I first could afford to shoot.
like the real people, the people that'll put that real talk out there for you. None of the three of us talking right now, or I'm going to say anyone in the chat. There's no push for. There's no gain for us to push our peddle our wares to you. It's one of those, like, I'm going to tell you, like, if you want to consult with me about a purchase, I'll gladly help you out. I'll try to help you make the best decision because, hell, that's what my channel's about. I'd rather share my mistakes I make to say, hey, like,
perfect example. One of my best friends, Joe, he might even be watching right now. He's coming over here tomorrow night to hang out and watch fireworks. He bought a watch that Andrew is wearing right now because he watched his review video on that watch. Joe had an issue with the watch, reached out to the company. They got everything worked out. Boom. He loves that watch because he watched his video.
And it's not an expensive watch. I mean, it's one of those, but that's what we do. And that's where you get these channels that are, there's no skin in the game to sell you something. Like it's one of those, hey, all I want you to do is be better with whatever you got. Like it's one, I need you to be an ally. I need you to, like, if we're in the same area, like, hey, are you good? I'm good. Let's go handle the shit. Let's go do goon shit with the homies. Like Big Bearded Warrior says, like, hey, but if, like, if you tell me like, hey, I just got this gun, you go fucking sit over there. I don't want you with your new fucking gun. No. What's the shit that's always been working for the last decade? That's what I want you to roll.
You go over there and stir the mayonnaise.
That's right. And you shove it right up your ass. Like that's oh God.
If the old mayonnaise jar twist.
That's right. Oh goodness. This has been a great evening. And I know it's getting late, and some of us have to work tomorrow. Some of us don't. Some of us have to go kayaking at sunrise. And put another,
but not sunrise.
What's that?
That would be cool, but not sunrise.
But that's that'll be when Gen X is going to bed.
You know, the
Pretty
thing
much.
is with all this, he's a real dude. He's a real dude. I am also an actual real dude. None of us are paid to say what we say. Whenever we put up a video and we're talking about something, it's because we're using it, we're carrying it, we're doing stuff with it. I'm suggesting this because of this. He's suggesting this because of that. There's those little Woobin flashlights. Everybody, they're all over the place.
I have one.
Yeah, he's got one. Well, same guy that got the watch that he has just picked up one of those. And he was telling me all about it. I've watched videos on it. I was looking at it. I'm thinking about it. He's bringing it over tomorrow night. I get to finger play with it and fuck with it so I can see what it's about. Because I wanted to get one, but I actually want to get my paws on one first before I do so. Just like anything. I was talking to these guys about this little stupid freaking M-Tech like boot dagger thing. It's an M-Tech USA stupid boot dagger, as they call it. Got that little like dragon scale, fish scale design, whatever you want to call it, little M-Tech. Simple paracord wrapped handle. It's like a shoelace. Double-sided. These things, I've had this thing for going on 20 years. And it has cut everything I needed it to cut. It's held an edge good. It's done everything I needed to do. And it also actually acts as a really good throwing knife. How much did I pay for it, you may ask? $3 is what I paid for that thing. $3. I didn't have to buy once, cry once, and I got a hell of a good knife that's lasted me for 20 years.
Yep.
For $3. Sometimes when guys are talking about stuff, you might want to listen.
Facts.
I don't know about that.
Facts, no printer.
That's right. That's right.
That's my daughter.
Just the facts, man.
All right. Well, gentlemen, this has been another successful. What episode are we? 12?
We are on volume 11, 12?
12. We were
12.
11. 12. Volume
Yes,
12. Yes.
12.
I'd
Holy
like
cow.
to give a special
Not going
thanks.
to be 13 with me in here.
That's the special thanks to Gen X Gemini. Thank you, good sir, for joining us this evening. It's been a pleasure. It's been so much fun. All of you in the chat, big thank you to you. Replay crew, thank you. Come join, come sub. And
Get
of
down in
course,
there, hit the comments section, say your replay crew. Make sure you're subscribing to both these guys, the guys in the chat, everybody in there. Subscribe to those folks. There's a lot of good quality information and entertainment and you name it, it's all down there, over there, where the chat is when you're looking at this.
Yep. And a special
Would
thanks
it be
to
cool if
you.
I bring on a little guest?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
please.
Sorry, Andrew.
Yeah, no.
All
Go,
right, I just wanted to bring this guest on for a second.
If it's orange, he's gonna pull out the hair tie and go full Encino Man.
Yeah, do the Fraggle.
That's right. There we go.
I can't do that.
I honestly thought he was. I thought he was bringing his
picking up a
cat. I was like,
knew you
I was
were
like,
gonna
yes.
Cat was gonna show up.
And then I'm sitting there. I was like, I'm gonna have to slip my wrists on fucking alive. This is terrible.
Well, it was going to be worse. I was actually going to bring that up here and then just like eat a spoonful of it. But I was nice to you.
Oh God, that's how I've been throwing up. And then of course, our host with the most, TinMan-Metal. Thank you for putting everything together, getting this all set up.
And
another successful volume 12.
For me, it kicked off a little rocky, but I've held in there.
I think the modem is the key. I think it's working. We haven't had any issues.
It may have done it. And I personally want to thank Gen X Gemini for joining us tonight. It was awesome having you. Awesome shooting the breeze with you, and always welcome to come back. Next time, don't bring up the mayo. Bring up the cat, because I wanted to see the cat. But.
Yeah.
I think she left the room when I went to get that beer.
I have an orange cat too, so I like orange cats.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that orange cat rides around on my shoulder out there every day. He's something else.
Those orange cats are schizo as fuck, but they're cool as hell.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, another great evening. Thank you all. Another fun night, another Whiskey Wednesday in the books. And just so you know, it's a short week. So we have not only gotten you past hump day, tomorrow's like your Friday. You're welcome.
Yeah, we did it again.
We did
all the heavy lifting for you to get you here.
Yeah.
You got the downhill slide here.
And I helped.
That's right.
Gen X helped you this week. He got you into the 4th of July, y'all.
Yeah.
You should be really thanking that man.
And Gen X helped. And so with that being said, I do hope everyone has a wonderful 4th of July. Hopefully
straight from the bottle.
Oh, here we go. Let's see what you got.
Straight from the bottle, puncher's chance.
Okay. All right. Well, does that mean I need to get one too? Hold on.
I'm dry, man.
Boomer, welcome, sir. Yeah, you're catching the tail end, but the replay crew is always there, my friend.
So, Boomer, I want to thank you for last week helping me figure something out with that damn show for the last decade. Captain Power. I've got I'm
Tillamore do.
Cheers.
I'm going to finish watching Mask, the 80s cartoon Mask. I'm going to finish watching that, and then I'm going to watch Captain Power next, if I can find it here on the YouTubes at work.
Yeah, I think it's on Prime, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Cheers
to all y'all in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Gemini. Andrew, as always, brother.
Hey.
Skull.
Can't join you, but I could take a drag.
Whew. Was not ready for that horsepower.
Feel the burn.
That's good stuff.
In all honesty, I drank 2 beers today.
Me too.
And that 1 to the bourbon.
Yep.
I like we had talked before, I really haven't been drinking that much. Backed off myself. It's good.
Yeah. I enjoy it. I just trying to throttle back a little bit. So, gang, thank you for another great Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing everyone next week. My best to you all. Until next time.
Gen X, any final words, sir?
No, I appreciate everybody coming in, and I really appreciate you having me on here. It's great talking to you too, and actually really talking instead of trying to get in the chat while I'm at work. And Metal, I appreciate how much work you really put into this, man. It's
Thank you,
no
sir.
easy task, at least not from my perspective. So I appreciate you.
Hey, you're quite welcome. I'm very happy to do it, and I will continue doing it. So I'm gonna keep doing it until morale improves. Okay.
Are you doing a live
Wow,
this
y'all.
Sunday or no?
I just might.
You should. I will not
just
be
might.
doing a live Friday, folks.
You suck.
Well, no, I'm gonna have company. I'm gonna have company. I'm gonna be grilling. I got to eat a burger, brat, and a steak, so I have the energy to blow shit up. So that's
Yeah.
Record it and send it to me.
right.
So I always take off the 4th of July, like around the 4th of July from work, because I could not go to work if I wanted to, because I'd be walking around with a freedom boner the whole time and I wouldn't get any work done. So that being said, guys, spend time with your family, your friends. Think about why we're actually having Independence Day. Think of what it took to
Amen.
get us to that point, why we're here today. Conceptualize what we may have to do to create the next Independence Day, because life is in a cycle. Okay.
That's right.
So, guys, thank you for coming out. Thanks again, Gemini. Thank you for being the MC that is better than the hammer. And we just lost Gemini again,
We
but
did.
we'll catch him back in the green room in a minute. But you guys take care, stay blessed, keep doing your stuff, due diligence, and yeah, until next time, metal out.
See ya.